Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Have you ever been around a close talker, somebody who gets up and they really get into your space, almost like they're going to get nose to nose with you? They get closer and closer, and you're always backing up. I got a new fix for that. When the close talker comes in, you also close talk. Go to him. He's coming to you. You go to him. You might as well all be uncomfortable. Hey, just saying. Maybe he'd back away and get the message. Who knows? Now, federal tax deductions, kind of nice things to have because you don't pay as much tax in the US of A. You've been able to deduct your home loans, your mortgages for many, many years. And now President Trump has brought in a new law that says, hey, you can also deduct your loan interest on your car payment. Over 60% of all Americans do finance their cars. There's over 6 million cars now a year that qualify. Over 15 million are made in America that are assembled in America. And pardon me, I don't think I'm right on that. Let me just check. 15.9 million vehicles were sold last year, half of which were assembled in the US of A. And that's one of the requirements. They have to be assembled in the US of A, and they have to be a new vehicle. But you know what? I got to tell you, that's a good thing. There's no taxes on tips and so many other things, and he's making America great again. Recently, though, I was in a restaurant in the US of A, and there were a group of Canadians at the next table, and they were talking about Trump, how bad he was. I couldn't help but think, you're in his country, like, what are you doing? And I'm one of you too. I mean, I'm a dual citizen, so come on already. I felt like jumping in, and I had to. I couldn't help myself after a while, because they were talking specifically about healthcare. And there was one American with them and said, you Canadians are so lucky because you have free healthcare. They went on to say how Trump is so bad because he was taking healthcare away from all the Americans and the cha-cha. So I finally, as I said, I couldn't help myself, and I jumped in and I said, hey, I've had this discussion before with many people, but Canada is a socialist country. I don't like it, but it is. They also have a nationalized healthcare program. I don't like it, but they have it. So if you have it, why is it so screwed up? I mean, it's federal, but yet every province also has kind of their own version of it. And an 80-year-old guy, or it doesn't matter your age really, but you're going on a waiting list for something, even if your best before date is up, the waiting list sometimes is a couple of years. And it's a terrible, terrible system. Ask any doctor in Canada, and they'll tell you the same thing. It's a bad, bad system. And you're a socialist country. You should have an MRI machine in every 7-Eleven store, because you're supposed to look after your people first. But oops, Trudeau, he gave all the money instead to gender things in other countries. So come on, Canadians, don't be so hard on Trump. Look at your own place, because it's not in very good shape. You know what? Speaking of Canadians, there were some of them there that were school teachers, and of course they're socialists. And I said to them, how can you possibly be a socialist? Have you ever looked at your paycheck? And big eyes. And I said, really? Come on, answer me. And they said, yeah. I said, how much do you make and how much do you get? And one woman said, about half. I said, about half. So the government gets half. And you think that's okay? Stutter. And I said, come on already, answer me. You really, do you think that's okay? I mean, they send the money, again, on gender studies and so many other things that have no relevance to your way of living. None whatsoever. How do you like it? And she was kind of stumped. And I said, you're a school teacher. You're supposed to be smarter than me. Duh. And then you have this, are you keeping up? I got stuff, right? Opinions and stuff. Opinions, that'd be me. News and stuff with my attitude. Now, you got this Ellen, what is it, DeGeneres or something. I've never watched her, but good for her. She makes a lot of money, so a lot of people must like her. But in any event, she doesn't like Trump. Trump got elected, and she moved. I think she moved on the very first day that he took office. She moved to England, and now, of course, she talks a lot about it, how bad Trump is, and she's a real socialist. So maybe this is the first, hopefully this is just the first move from the U.S. to England. Next one should be to Cuba. Hey, that'll be good. And after that, you can go to Venezuela. Now, you know, Trump, he doesn't hold back. He's all in when he has a topic. It kind of breaks me up. And now he's all over the 44th president, Barack Obama. He's saying that you committed treason. And Barack Hussein Obama, he's the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and they tried to rig an election. They got caught. And this was treason. And he's really going after them. So many people have said to me, what's he doing? Go around the country, don't be vengeful, don't do that. And I say to them, don't you remember? That's all the Democrats did every day, every hour. They went after Trump. So now he's going after them, but there's a difference. They didn't have facts on their side, and Trump appears to have facts. Evidence. Evidence is good. Talk is cheap, takes money to buy whiskey, and Trump seems to have the money for whiskey because he seems to have the evidence, and the other people always said they did, but they didn't show it. It's kind of like this Epstein thing. I mean, now they're saying, hey, Trump, you were on the list. Well, that list, if there is one, was in the hands of the Democrats for a number of years, and you know they would have exposed it if in fact it was there, right? Okay. You know, Trump went on to say, back to the Barack Obama thing, they did things that nobody's ever imagined. Even in other countries, thousands of additional documents are coming. President Obama, it was his idea, his concept, and he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton, and she's as crooked as a $3 bill. That's pretty good. Good for him. Now he's talking about... he's got something all the time, and now he's going back to cancel culture. You guys, you bad guys, I got to correct everything you did. You're canceling names of teams and different things, and that's just wrong. The Washington whatever should immediately change the name back to the Washington Redskins football team, likewise the Cleveland Indians and so on. I'm with them with all that. I mean, what in the heck is going on? That was a left-wing / crazy, woke thing. They attack names. They attack everything that they can. And Trump now is reversing the attack, and that's a good thing. It truly is a very good thing. Speaking of name changes, now the House Appropriations Committee recently approved an amendment that would name the Opera House at the Kennedy Center for Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. after the First Lady. So they're adding a new name there, and that's kind of cool. 2,300 seats, Opera House, second largest theater at the Kennedy Center, and now it's going to be called First Lady Trump Opera House. Hey, you got to kind of like that. Opera, I'll never see that sign. I'll never see her name. Opera ain't my deal. Hey, just saying. 1 year ago, Kamala Harris started her campaign to be president. She spent over $1 billion in 3 months. How can you even do that? $1 billion in 3 months, and she paid, of course, big money to stars and people to say, I like you, and private jets and all the rest of it. $1 billion bucks. That, with all of the lies and the fake news that went on, you'd kind of think she would have won. Ha ha, it's a darn good thing she didn't. Hey, y'all come back. See ya.